I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitch is a jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what your bras, I got richer than Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Randu. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in the greatest state. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you hate in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Welcome to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half of a dynamic duo known as Buddy V, with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we have a phenomenal show in store tonight. We have two great guests, all the way from StreetBeefs OG Yard. We have the one, the only Hitman Hamilton in the building. And let me go ahead and get it right. We have a second-degree black belt, four-time Martial Arts Hall of Fame inductee, StreetBeefs West Coast Combat Karate Champion, StreetBeefs OG Yard, two-time kickboxing champion.
Say that.
Ryu Sennin in the building.
How y'all doing? Damn, I'm cheating right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Damn.
Hey, man.
On that.
Yup. Like I said at the event, you know, when a doctor puts in that work, you better say doctor before you say that name. So, you know, Master Ryu, you know.
Whoa. No, we can't say that. We can't say it. I love it. I respect it, but no, I can't do it.
Yes, sir. How everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
Solid, bro.
Good.
It's gonna be a fun show, especially you know we got to do our specialty. We touch up on all the fights, rewatching some, and man, I'm excited. But let me just say real quick before we touch some of Ryu's fights, we talk about him. Man, Hitman Hamilton. I was rewatching Diesel was your most recent fight, right? Diesel.
Yeah. I hopped out there like a couple months ago. Yeah.
Man, that power. Let me just say, I've been talking about people elevating and like growing in different ways, and like your head movement was on point. But your power, man, I feel like I could just feel it through some of those hits. And I was just like, holy shit, this is like, what did he do? I mean, he's the next level. How did you feel? Especially after getting that first, like in the first round, like in the first 15 seconds, you knocked him down for a second. And yeah, I mean, how did you feel? I mean, going into that fight and after that?
Well, I felt good, but I mean, it's no shock. Like that Afro performance was horrendous. Like I feel like y'all got to see me on that West Coast, and that was just night and day. Like, going after it versus not going after it. So no excuses, but the real, the good version of me didn't show up that day. That's my own fault. But yeah, bro, I definitely felt like I had some shit to prove. Had to show y'all that I was coming back. It sucked because right after that fight, I actually encountered two different injuries. I had a leg and an arm injury. I sprained my ankle and I tore a ligament in my hand. So my shit was flopping. Like I had no function in my hand for like a couple months. I was rehabbing that. I couldn't train. And yeah, man, I needed to get that dub before the end of the year. You know what I mean? I just really needed to end off strong. So I wanted to test him with the power off the rip. I was working on my defense, working on my, my hand positioning, my foot movement. And I actually had him, if you look back at that tape, I pivot right before I catch him with that first knockdown. I pivot, change angles on him, and had him walk into that shit. I was working on that. So, and I also didn't jump on him right after that because I was working on my composure. So that's why it was 4 very delayed knockdowns versus an aggressive, knockout.
I love that, Groove.
That was fun to watch. And yeah, like I said, the power was phenomenal. And I mean, Ryu, I just want to say, for those of you, I'm not, you gotta watch both these men's fights I'm talking about. I don't want to give away too much of the fights, let it too much. But at the end, these people, these dogs come out of our fighters. And Ryu, at the end of your fight, there's this head kick that I saw that I had to rewind like 3 times just to rewatch it. And I mean, like, it's like the last 30 seconds, your gas tank is on E. I mean, how did it feel to pull something off so
MVP.
nice? I mean,
it was pretty good because the whole fight with YNL, I was just trying to keep composure, didn't want to get too aggressive. I know he had that overhand I was constantly looking for. I just saw it in the moment. He stumbled a little bit in his bounce, and I was like, "Oh, it's right there." I took a small step to get close. It's actually it's an old school traditional taekwondo kick. It's called a twist kick. It comes up like you about to throw a teat, then it turns and snaps to the side. So he went down. You see, he tried to go down to catch the kick. So he actually went down and bow. That's why I cracked him so loud. His head's made of stone though, because he was just like, he was still there, which is crazy.
No, man. Young and Lavish is one of the toughest guys we got in that division, man. In general, he's getting better as far as his technique, but the toughness has always been there. The toughness has always been there. And speaking of tough, man, both of you guys have proven yourselves to be tough fighters. I've witnessed you both come to the West Coast, fight live in the hot box cage. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion of the sand, the heat, and the cage itself. How does it affect you guys' performance, or do you feel like it does at all?
I loved it, if I'm being honest. It was cool to have like a more enclosed space. Sometimes I don't know if y'all been to OG yard before or seen
Not yet.
but the cage is huge, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's way bigger, especially if you're a boxer, bro. Like it's a lot of space to move around. And like having that tall opponent like Broly, when I was in that tight box, it was way easier for me to just put the pressure on him because there's nowhere to hide. You know what I'm saying? And like the sand kind of limits your movement. And then having to fight another tall fighter in that open space with Afro, that's kind of what I was struggling with. I was like, fuck, like this nigga can just keep backing up like forever. It was completely different than when you're in that hot box, there's nowhere to run. You just got to get after it. So I loved it.
Yeah, I want to add on to that. Like it's definitely like an old school ring versus octagon feel where, like you said, in the OGR, there's all this space to move around. I could go float here, but in the hot box, it's like a ring with 4 corners. Like you can't get trapped in the corner here and like it's over for you. I will say, because I did combat karate both times, getting cooked in the gi and the sun is terrible.
Y'all was in all black too.
Yeah, I'm sweating. Like the match didn't even start yet. You see sweat coming down my head. I'm just like, ugh.
You must have felt like a living tamale or something. Yeah, I got all the layers wrapped up.
Shout out DTP, because every round he just dumping water, and I'm just like, this feel kind of nice. Yeah, keep doing that.
I wanted to ask you, bro, because at one point you threw a kick and you actually kicked the cage. Am I right?
You were right.
Well, did you feel that? Because you just kept fighting. You kept fighting like nothing happened. But like, I remember thinking like, damn.
I'm in the moment, didn't feel it. I honestly forgot that happened until I watched the video back. I was like, oh damn, I did hit the cage. Like I thought I did, but I wasn't sure because I'm like, oh, he just moved. Maybe I like got his shoulder or something. I'm like, oh, it had that cage pretty damn hard. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And all the years of breaking boards kept me going for this one.
I was meant to work. Hitman, I was curious. Was your fight with Afro a regular fight or a title fight? I don't know why I couldn't remember.
It was a title fight. It's actually kind of funny how that came around. So I was 5-0 at the time, right? And
yeah,
there wasn't anybody else that met the requirements to be champ at the time for the 200-pound belt. So they were just gonna give it to me, like Face, Carissa, and Dan. Like we started voting for like each belt, like who they thought should like get it. And a couple people that said, "Yo, just make Hitman the champ." And Face asked me if I just wanted it, and I was like, "Bro, that feels weird to me. Like I appreciate it, but I'd rather fight for it." So I could have been champ. You know what I'm saying? This pursuit could have ended for free like last year, but I just felt weird, and I was like, "Nah, like let me fight for it." And I think the actual way that the fight happened was I was at my job at the bar. I had just gotten off. We were having a couple drinks. I was just feeling good, and I was like, Elijah put up a post that was like, put some fights you would want to see in the yard. And I said, Afro put up some shit that was like, I'll take anybody. And I commented on his shit, and I was just like, how about me and you for the belt? And then it actually made a bet on it. It was winner. I said, whoever wins got to defend against Showtime, Gorilla, and what the hell was his name? Lone Wolf. And we was like, all right, bet. And that was the deal. And then, fucking good Lord, that shit happened to Showtime. That was horrible. Put a whole, completely ended that. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Showtime.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Shit was horrible. But yeah, that's how it happened. I was just drunk at the bar, saw him talking shit, talked a little bit of shit back, and that's pretty much how it happened. And yeah, title.
What
fight.
weight was he at that point?
Afro?
Yeah.
He was like, I think we were both around 205-ish.
Okay.
He was heavier before. He told me he had to cut down. He said he was like 225. He normally walks around like 225, he told me.
Yeah, we had him on the show last week, and he said the same thing. I said, "Damn, I didn't realize he was that big."
Yeah, he didn't look it. Honestly, I was like,
I'm small for my weight class, but I guess, like, right. I'm pretty sure I'm like 5'11". Last 3 opponents I've had have been 6'4", 6'5", and 6'2". So,
damn,
no,
giants
I'm definitely gonna be
for real.
I'm interested for the fight coming up because like I said, one of the favorite things about having people on the show, talking to them and everything, is seeing the growth. And another thing I'll touch on too with you specifically was your cardio. Man, at the end of your fight, that was the biggest thing. Is you gave your opponent a big old hug. You sat there and you're breathing like you did some work, but you don't look like you're tired. I felt like you had another 4 or 5 rounds in you. I mean, have you been just training harder? Have you been running a little bit more, getting some miles in, or?
Right. It's not running more. I just started running. Like, I never ran. I was not the type of dude to like voluntarily run somewhere.
Felt that.
You feel me? Like, I was in team sports all the time. So I just, whatever coach said, you would just do that. I never really had an off season, so I never had to do like that independent grind thing. And I had a million injuries in the past too, so I just kind of shied off from running. But I just said, fuck it. I started running some miles. It started off as 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. I just did 7 the other day in under an hour. You feel me? Like, I'm getting my pace up. And bro, like, I'm eating fried chicken and rice and beans right now. I can eat whatever the fuck I want because I'm underweight, bro. I hit like 190 the other day. I had to get like 5-6 pounds back. But yeah, bro, that's pretty much it. Just working that cardio like a beast. Trying to fill all my holes in. Pause.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
I wasn't gonna do it, but I heard it all. So, with you running, with you now running, do you notice the difference? And does it affect the power?
One thing I was worried about was if I cut down, like you said, was I gonna lose the power? But let me tell you something. Absolutely not. I still got all of that shit, and I'm moving way smoother. People have been telling me everywhere I go I'm like shrinking up, so I can't even control it. It's just naturally happening with the amount of work I'm putting in. But the biggest benefit, you talking about growth, this is gonna sound stupid as shit, but before all my other fights, I had like 7 fights.
Yeah.
I did an average of 1 to 2 sparring sessions before every fight. Like, that's it. Like, spar once or twice, test out my hands, like the week of the fight, show up. And that's what I was doing every single fight. I was working hard, you feel me? Like, I was doing the heavy bag.
Man's crazy.
But it wasn't like by choice, you feel me? Like, I was at a dealership, I was a sales manager, I had 2 jobs, 90 hours a week. I'm trying to meet people up to spar like 10, 11 p.m. Like, the shit just wasn't working out. I just did what I could. But once I said F the job, like I said F the job around November, they were just doing me dirty. I decided to move on with my life. I opened up my whole schedule. Randomly ended up getting that job as a trainer. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but I'm like a
I gotta come by. I'm gonna come by.
Yeah, actually, this is them right here. Rumble, where the fuck is it? Rumble Boxing in Morristown. They just opened up. I'm a fitness coach over there.
I gotta pull up.
No shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Ryu said he's gonna slide through, so that'll be tough. But then I joined a real boxing gym, and I've been getting in weekly sparring, and that's been the major difference, bro. We got like real seasoned guys.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, bro. It's making all the difference.
Hey, I'm loving it. Like I said, you can see it in the fight. It pays off. I love watching these fights. I love rewatching them 2-3 times. Man. But I was gonna switch it over real quick to Ryu. Actually, this is kind of a little off topic though, because in the beginning of the show we brought up your accolades. We cannot, ever forget them. And at the end of your fight, when you had that belt put around you, we had a second belt come in. You gonna want to talk about what the other one was? Because I was curious.
Oh, that's the OG StreetBeefs kickboxing belt.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you for
So
clarifying.
I think,
It's hard
correct
to
me if
keep
I'm wrong, but I
track.
think I'm he said, I think so far I'm like the only person to win a belt in both the OG yard and the West Coast yard that I know of. For now.
I think so
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And the second question I was going to ask is because with your accolades and you specifically, combat karate, you want to kind of explain some of the rules to some of our viewers if they don't know, like what some of the speculations are? Because I don't know, like what the rules are on grappling and
Yeah.
tossing or.
So it's I think Shinny called it MMA light, and I feel like that's more or less correct. I mean, the striking still the same, just no elbows. For the grappling, you are allowed to do sweeps, throws. You just can't shoot for singles or doubles. You have to catch a kick or catch a knee before you initiate the takedown, and you get your 5 seconds of ground and pound as long as one knee is not touching the ground.
Okay.
Is that why y'all kept counting the 5?
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
kept counting 5. Yeah.
See,
your
I
5
think
seconds in.
other than the lack of elbows, I think it's fire as fuck. Like you said, is light MMA, or I like to say standing MMA,
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta let them bang, let them
I just
go.
want to
Yeah, I
throw
like
some
that comment
elbows.
too. Bring a smoke. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryu come up, get some scrapyard belt too. Could you imagine? Start getting a belt everywhere. Damn.
Yeah, man.
I've been trying to make it happen with Fire Chicken, but it's been rough. It's been rough. I'm trying.
Heck yeah.
Fire chicken's been burned
Yeah, and
before. You know what I
yeah,
mean? No pun
it's
intended.
not his
All puns
fault. Yeah,
intended.
it's not. Yeah, so I get
But
it, but
Yeah,
hopefully him
shout out
seeing
Scrapyard.
me with the West Coast belt and still competing with that will like kind of put him at ease. Like I will be back to defend. Like hopefully that makes him feel better about it.
right. Ryu say he different. You know
Real
what I mean?
I don't cut and run.
In fact, I saw the other day, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Street Bender enter the chat? Did Street Bender return?
Street Bender is not entering the chat. Street
I
Bender is
mean,
not
I don't know, man. I would love to see him come back, man. And if Ryu is the guy to bring him out, I'm just saying
Hey, I mean, I'll run it back with him. I mean, we had a
for the
boxing match
culture.
at the first invasion. I'll run it back for the culture.
Yeah, that'd be something to see, man. Speaking of running it back, though, because I know there's people lurking, and people wondering, could we ever see a rematch between Ryu and Shinigami? Is that possible?
It is possible. I need to see Shinny get a nice solid win. If he gets a solid win in combat karate, I'm sure we could figure it out. But I think he's trying to focus on his section stuff right now, and I don't know what his schedule or timetable is, depending on how it goes.
Bread man.
Oh, is that Doughboy heavyweight champion in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I was gonna say I'm excited. I think we asked you guys both. Funny.
That's
You
crazy. Crazy.
No, I think we've talked about before some bare knuckle stuff, and would you? Because I know there's bare knuckle boxing, which I'm going to tryouts this Saturday. Me and a handful of dudes from the scrapyard are going down to Oregon to the BKFC tryouts.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, champ.
Let him know.
Oh, would you ever do yourself if there was like a bare knuckle karate combat? I know Masvidal's got bare knuckle MMA, and I don't think I've ever asked you about bare knuckle Hitman either. So.
Nah, I mean, it's never really been a thought of mine just because I've been focusing on the boxing shit. But obviously that's how it all started. You feel me? That's what made me want to try out the boxing shit. It was working on the street. I was like, all right, let's check it out. But yeah, I mean, you never know. Why not?
I would have to say no, simply for the fact that just due to martial arts and just all the years of like breaking, my hands are already kind of jacked up as is from like boards and like bricks and stuff. So bare knuckle with my hands, I kind of want to keep them as good as they are right now because I already sometimes have issues like that. So I don't know if bare knuckle I could do it, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me piggyback on that. Like for an opportunity, it's smart for like a little quick payday or whatever. But for like a longevity in the sport, I think it's not a smart sport for anyone to stick around in for a long time. It's a recipe to not speak.
There's too many bones in your hands, man. I just couldn't do it to myself.
For real.
I mean, you look at a fight after boxing or MMA, you know, people's hands get a little tired, but after those bare knuckles, those people's hands are.
I'm more so concerned with the face, because I mean, even the winner walking away fucked up.
Yeah,
so
nobody wins in bare knuckle.
Crazy. Yeah, people been
cut.
You know what I mean? I seen this video of this chick the other day, man. She lost teeth and everything, and she was like, "Oh, you know, if I could do it again, I'd go back and do it harder. You know, I would have did this." I'm like,
baby girl, you did enough.
She, you know, these bare knuckle fighters, they a different breed. I respect it.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, shout out Little Mac.
Yo, big shout out Little Mac. Big shout out Little Mac.
Different breed. You know what I'm saying? Different breed. But Hitman, last time I saw you, you were in the West Coast at the Hot Box, and you had a fight with my boy, Broly Black.
Hell yeah.
Broly Black.
You know, can you talk a little bit about that fight and what your experience was like in the Hot Box?
I honestly, y'all turned me into a heavy StreetBeefs West Coast fan that day, just off of the vibes. Like when you get there, like not that it's not cool at OGR. Let me emphasize that. Like it's very cool over there too. But something about it was just a little bit more like homey-ish. Like y'all seemed like a little bit closer, like consistently, like throughout. And like especially the way that fight manifested. Like I was supposed to fight some dude named Tyson who didn't show up, and me and Broly was just chopping it up like how it usually goes between fighters. Like, oh, where you from? Where you from? You know, we were just cooling. And then once his guy didn't show up, my dude didn't show up. It got kind of down to the last couple seconds. We was like, all right, I guess y'all two got to get it. So we had to go from complete homie energy to all right, like let me just flip the switch. I mean, and you saw how we just beat each other up. So
for 3 rounds.
We definitely wasn't taking it easy at all.
Like that was our Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier fight right there. That was our violence fight. They were just
fight of the day for a reason, man. Fight of the day for a reason.
Touch up, smash,
badass fight.
That shit twice.
Yeah.
That fight.
And then of all events, the Super Bowl event, you know what I mean, where all the mixed branches and stuff. You know, yeah, man, that was a sight to see.
Speaking, especially because of what you just said, like with all the All Stars, you had the biggest banger. Like that meant a lot.
I put on the map.
And speaking of mixed branches, man, could we ever see you at a scrapyard, a Dirty South, or maybe back on the West Coast?
Hell yeah, I was actually you guys fire chicken. We were trying to get something going, maybe like a couple months ago. I asked him if he had anybody for me over there. He said he's gonna look it up. But I mean, the goal is I'm trying to get on my Ryu shit. You know what I'm saying? Grab my East Coast belt, start challenging the West Coast scrapyard champs. Start doing some dope unification shit.
Go Jersey taking over. Jersey strong. Let them know.
Hell yeah.
I mean that with all my heart, for real. I really mean that shit.
We'll make that shit happen.
So with that being said, that means you're taking back the belt from Afro Samurai. Is that what you're saying?
Technically, I ain't never had it. I'm gonna take it time and new like the first time.
Okay.
That's all.
So how does one do that? You know, based off the first fight, because from what was said,
no, my fault. Finish.
From what was said by both of you guys weren't going after it like you should have, like you could have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how does the second fight play out?
Well, I ain't gonna say too much, but I've been doing my homework. I've been definitely noticing patterns that dude completely sticks with. Regardless of all the shit that he's been trying to talk to me for the last 15 weeks. You look at the date on that shit. I've been keeping receipts for all 15 weeks, bro. So
he said I've been cooking.
I ain't no dummy. I ain't gonna come out like some type of idiot, bro. But I'm glad he talked that shit. That was all the motivation I needed to kick it up a notch. If I wasn't already kicking it up a notch, I was kicking it up a third notch because of that shit. So I ain't gonna spill the game plan, but I got something for him. Whatever he want to do. If he wants to stand and bang, he wants to do the dance. He wants to. I've been seeing him practicing his head kicks. He's gonna literally need to head kick me to knock me down. He's talking about 3 rounds. That shit's hilarious. That nigga got to piece me up for free for 5 rounds. No 8 counts. No visible slowing down of me whatsoever. So, and if we're doing the math, let me think. I hit him one time. What happened? Did y'all see? So one connection, one knockdown. Oh, that's crazy. So what happens if I hit him a couple more times?
I love this energy. I love.
You feel what I'm saying? The nigga stupid or what? Like you can't do math, bro. I hit you one time and you hit the ground. He's talking about he won all 5 rounds. How you won all 5 rounds if the first round's a 10-8?
Oh, talk your shit, King.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's math, right?
Talk your shit, King. Let him know. Yeah, talk Spike. Let him know.
Yeah, if I stepped it up in the last round, there wouldn't be no obvious winner in that shit. But what happened. He got his credit. I gave him his credit. I made a whole post about that shit. I tagged him and everything. We was posing, all that cool shit. Then he wants to come crazy after I beat Diesel. Talking in my comments, he gonna put me on crutches. Oh, it must be crazy to lose in your own documentary. Make sure you don't take that shit out. I'm gonna hurt you, knock you out, all this crazy shit. So it makes sense what he said before about his idol being Chael Sonnen. Clowns love a clown, for real.
Not undefeated Chael Sonnen.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch this fight because you guys have, like I said, fighters grow, but each of you have a very specific skill set, very different from each other, and I'm just like, oh my god. And yeah, like I said, your last fight. If people watch your last fight and they see that power that you're packing, what you're coming with, oh my god, yeah. But
yeah, I've been working on my delivery service. All right, I wasn't able to deliver what I wanted to. I wasn't in the right places. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right places.
That's the hidden key right there.
That's it. I might have already said too much right there.
Yeah, that's just enough. That's just enough. And you know what? That's for all of us. We all have to figure out the delivery system and how we can deliver our most effective attacks. You know?
Yeah, y'all get me excited for real, man. I'm really, truly ready for this shit.
Like they got me wanting to fight again already. Like, damn,
bruh.
And I'm glad. I'm glad. Yo, matter of fact, I was proud of homie. He got, I think, what the fuck he did? He Afro's on that Sean Merriman shit. He's on the Lights Out. He got picked for that shit.
Shit, I didn't see that name. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna make this mean even more. I didn't win against no pussy. Right?
He's gonna lick your fingers when you're done. Give me some more.
I mean, both of you guys basically, you guys have been carving out a little storyline for yourselves. You know what I mean? For as your opponents, you know what I mean? Your victories, your records, you know what I mean? And then the rematch. You know what I'm saying? This is looking to be very, very good right here. Very good.
I completely agree.
Yeah, man.
Grab your popcorn.
Sorry, what's that? My computer got a little delay. So I was gonna say, one question I had, because like you have a lot of power, and Ryu, in some of your other fights, when you're in the clinch work especially, you like to use a lot of knees to the body, and I feel like you are able to take your opponent's breath and whatnot. I was gonna ask both of you, do you feel in a lot of fights nowadays that the body is underutilized in a fight, whether it's, boxing, MMA, kickboxing, because everyone tries to go for the head hunt, tries to go for the big knockout or something, or
absolutely. I feel like the body is so underrated. A lot of people just overlook it, or they'll tap it once or twice and then go back to the head. Like somebody like Young and Lavish, I knew frame when I'm not knocking him out. Like I've seen him eat some super heavy shots from people that are bigger than me, and he's been fine. So I'm not even about to try to knock him out. I'm gonna work the body. I'm gonna work the legs. Like you slow him down, get him winded. Now you got an easier fight. Who doesn't want to make their fight easier?
No, for real.
I like that.
And
yeah, there was a point where you started spamming the knee button, and I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Yeah, I watched the video back. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Is Somke in his corner? What the fuck?
No. So I was on his side, Honestly, so because somebody asked me, me and DTP were talking, and somebody else walked up to me and was like, "Oh, you whose corner you in?" And I said, "Man, I like them both, man. I can't do it." I,
Yeah.
s- but it was like towards the championship rounds, round 4 and 5. I'm over here looking at Lavish, and I'm like, man, I got to tell him something, man, because I've been seeing something the whole fight. As you saw, you kept seeing, you kept identifying the overhand, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
So
You got
I'm
another
like,
hand.
bro,
I'm like, Samke.
I'm looking at the other side where you're wide open, and I'm like, why won't he just throw the overhand from the other side with his other hand? He'll catch him, he'll clip him clean. So you see me in the video. I mentioned it to him. I think on round 5, going into round 5, because it was like, bro, I'm so tired of this. Like, do your shit. Just use the other hand, bro. Like,
It's funny because like as I'm in there fighting, right? We're near the cage, we're near Samke. I just hear you got another hand, sir, and I'm just like, Samke, word.
hey.
You see me stop for a second. I just like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like I said,
Uh,
I got love for both of y'all. You know what I mean? I was quiet for the 4 rounds, but the fifth one, I'm like, come on, bro.
He's like, you have another hand, sir, and I'm like, shh, don't tell him that. Nah, it's all good. That was funny. I was just like, that was a funny one. I'm just like, this is going good. Boom, boom. You got another hand, sir. Samke, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. That shit was wild.
What's up, Hitman?
No, facts. You had to ride with the West Coast on that one. I respect that. I understand.
I saw a cool question. Somebody asked. They said, "Who hit us the hardest?"
Go see. Yeah.
Beast. No one has ever hit me harder than Beast has hit me. Like that's just.
Oh,
I've never been hit harder in my life.
Fighting Beast and Cheese. Those are two crazy opponents. Those are two crazy opponents for real. But I think the hardest I got hit was actually my first fight. They did a New Jersey pop-up event. Shout out to my boy Q. We actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Q. Well, you fought at that shit too, right?
I did.
So we've actually shared 3 different yards. We did Jersey at the same time, OG at the same time, and West Coast.
That's crazy.
That's actually pretty tough. Word. But yeah, in that Jersey event, I fought this dude Q, man. I remember like for the pop-ups, they pre-match you. Like I think like the week of. So all I see is this picture of this bodybuilder. That's not his profile picture. He just like doing some flexy shit. I'm like, oh, this nigga's huge. Like fuck. I show up there, he's taking the pads and shit. He's looking all crisp and shit. I'm taking the label off my gloves that I just bought at Dick's like 20 minutes beforehand. Like,
dang.
That's a real story. Like, I'm dead ass taking the labels off. Motherfuckers was looking at me like I was crazy. But he caught me with this one shot right at the beginning of the first round. And I just remember when I was driving home, all the taillights for the cars, instead of being the regular size, they was like stretching like 6 to 10 feet above the vehicles. Like, it was crazy. That was not good. I think I had a light concussion or something like that. And then Broly, when I had my hands up and I blinded myself, that was the only time I've ever been had a standing 8 count. When Broly caught me coming out of the whatever you call it, the high guard.
Oh, the high guard. Peekaboo. Oh shit!
That didn't hurt at all. That was just like, you know what I'm saying, the one that punch you don't see coming. That's the one that gets you. That's what happened with Broly shit. Q was just straight force. That shit. My head went back and I was like, damn.
Nah, man, we've all been there. I gotta say, after Beast, I think the second one probably be actually. I think at the New Jersey pop-up, Sav got admit she caught me like clean behind, and I'm just like, oh, where'd my legs go? Got caught clean. I was like, oh shit, my legs are gone. It's so funny. I'm like, I think Fair Play's on my corner. I'm looking at Fair Play like, damn, bro, this nigga just dropped me, huh? Dust myself off. I'm just like, all right, don't want that shit to happen again.
I feel I was like, it's weird because it wasn't like seeing stars, but I remember when I was fighting my MMA fight versus Fenrir, the title fight. And there's one time where I loved the recovery I had. But I remember I was going something, I went up, and right when I went to throw a punch, he caught me, and I felt my whole head turn 90 degrees. It was like, crack! And I could just see my body. I like, felt it, but when I saw the video, I just fall back, and I don't even remember feeling my leg. I was like, what the hell? And then as soon as I go to hit the ground, I came to, and I was like, what? Woo! And then I did like that back somersault, and then hit the cage and came back. And But it was like, yeah, that one caught me for a minute. It was like that one I definitely felt later. I've never been like in and out at the same time like that. That was weird.
Yeah, good thing you came back so quick.
Yeah, recovery be
Yeah, that was.
underrated.
Yeah, good thing I was biting on that mouth guard. She. I was going to bite down, bite down.
Mm. Speaking of biting
Yeah.
down, what fight do you guys feel you had to push? What fight do you feel really pushed you? You really showed, you displayed, I guess, the heart, the will.
For me, easy. That's when I fought Ricardo. It was at one of the StreetBeefs pay-per-views. We was inside News Corner Gym. The fight happened just so. I want to say it wasn't unexpected. I think I took that fight on like a week notice, no train, like no fight camp for it. I kind of just showed up for it. Opponent, because I think the guy was supposed to fight. He dropped out. Then Ricardo's guy got hurt or something, and they matched us up in kickboxing. I'm like, all right, I'll be fine. Ricardo was like 6'4", 6'5", athletic. I'm just like, this was like inside the hot neutral corner gym. It was like a 5-round fight. And I just remember after the first round, I threw everything at him, which is something I normally don't do, but I was just trying to get him out of there. I dropped him in the first round. I went all at it. After that, I'm just like, oh shit, I think I made a mistake. Started getting my shit pushed back in rounds like 2 and 3. And I'm just like, all right, listen. It's me or him right now. Like it's do or die. Do or die. And I just remember I hit him with like this nice like jump spin back kick. And I just remember like feeling my heel going into his liver. And he just stopped leaning on the cage, and the ref was just giving him the 8 count. I'm looking at the ref like, please stop it. Please stop it. Just no more. No more. Course goes a little bit longer. I think I ended up hitting him like with a head kick, and the ref finally stopped it. I'm like, thank God, because like I could tell he was way past his like exhaustion point, because he thought it was a 3-round fight, so he was pushing hard for the 3.
Mhm.
So like he mismanaged his tank for that last bit, and I'm just like, I finished the fight. I'm just like, never again will I do this shit to myself on like a week's notice. I'm all like fat, not really training hard. I'm just like, yo, never again.
Yeah, pushing through exhaustion is tough shit. But what the hell? I think for me it's close. It's either the Broly fight, because y'all saw the back and forthness, so that shit was crazy. Like I wobbled, then I started dinking his shit, and then he caught me again, and I had to hold on. I don't know if you peeped that. I kind of held him real low to get my composure back. Took me like a good 4 or 5 seconds to get my brain back on its stem. But like the whole back and forthness of that was crazy. And then my first knockout, actually, because I was getting outboxed completely in the first round. Face actually came up to give me a warning. That was like, if you go back and watch me versus G Money, he was getting me the whole first round. I was walking in just getting jabbed up. Face told me, yo, like, he's like, your face is getting kind of red. If he keeps catching you one way, I'm gonna stop it. And I was like, bro, I'm not even close to hurt. Like, let it rock. And if you see how the second round started, I come out with a boom, boom, sat him down in like the first 6 seconds of that round. And then I changed the whole dynamic. I came back and I finished him off at the end of the third. So I was real proud that I like started from behind, made the adjustment. Like, I got the one warning that was like, yo, if he keeps tagging you, it's a wrap. And I was not accepting that shit. And that's the type of shit that made me proud, because I know I got that extra dog level I just got to go to. And that's what made me so mad about that Afro fight. I just did not do that for wherever the case was. It was just his time that day.
Black Hornet's a good fight, so that was a good one. He came out with some heavy punches too. Shit. Man. I'm curious real quick, because I had a question for Samke, because I was like, do you feel, or how is it to be able to feel the experience of being able to be experiencing the fight with the fighters, being in the cage, one of the few people almost like engaging in this dance and whatnot, being a part of this whole thing that's happening? I mean, do you feel like you get to take away something completely different from it versus everyone who just either watches on the side or watches it on the videos like I do, because I'm on the West Coast all the time?
Man, you're for the ref and for the cameraman, we're a part of the fight. We're in the fight. We're a part of the fight. And yeah, man, like there's a lot of energy being exchanged and being put out, right? And you're in the center of that, as well as outputting energy yourself, right? So uh you're literally the third fighter in there. You know what I mean? So I'm drained after someone just fought. You know what I mean? Because uh I may be able to manage my I can manage myself better than the fighters, but essentially I'm going through what the fighters are going through, if that makes sense. And after a full day's worth of fights, oh yeah, I'm exhausted, bro. You know, I eat, and then I go knock out. I shower, then go knock out. You know what I mean? And you know, niggas be like, "Hey, man, where you at?" Man, I'm gone. I'm
Locked
done.
up.
You know, and much like the fighters, right? You know, and me being a fighter as well, I know this from my own fights, right? You recall your fight, but you can't remember your fight. You need to see it. You know what I mean? Like, man, I know it, but I can't really, you know what I mean? It's like that blur, that foggy haze, right? Man, I get that too as a ref. You know what I'm saying? I get that same fogginess of like, I know what happened, but I can't just tell you the entire shit. You know, I can't say it in words or put it on paper, you know?
That reference
But
hard. Refing is hard. Cameraman's hard. Especially when you got a timekeeper that's not loud, it makes your job harder.
hey, bruh,
Yeah, I never seen Sop get serious before. He was like, "Yo,
I was snapping on
I was
niggas.
like, oh shit."
Oh man. You know what it was? I didn't know I was gonna be offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator for
Yeah.
the day. You know what I'm saying? Like
He said, "Who
I
got my
can't,
mom?" I was like, "He do. Scorpio do."
man, I'm looking for announcer. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the
Yeah,
announcer, I'm looking for the cameraman, I'm looking for the timekeeper crew A and timekeeper crew B.
yeah. We was working a little. It was that last
Bruh,
segment was hectic.
today I apologize to timekeeping crew A. I said, man, I'm sorry. I was being rude.
A
I
lot
was
was
being
happening.
you know what I mean? And they was
A
like,
lot was
oh no, it's
happening.
cool, we understand, you know what I mean? But like, nigga, if you holding time,
I gotta hear you.
what's my time? It's over. Oh, it's over?
Yeah, I feel like that's never consistent though. Any fight.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'll tell you 30. Sometimes I'll be like, stop punching. They stopped 5 seconds ago. You're like, well, somebody got to tell me. Like,
But see, I tell them, like, now to everyone's defense, right? Like, we found staff that day. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
these ain't, you know, the usual folks. But hence why I give out, hey man, at the 1 minute mark, 1 minute, 30-second mark, 30-second, 10-second mark, countdown. I'm making sure to you know communicate this to every person in crew A and crew B. You know what I mean? And I even expect you to forget. You know, I might give you the eye and look over there like, hey, nigga, I
My
see you over
time.
there.
It's my
You
time.
know, yeah. But you know, after 2, 3, 4 times, man,
I got to see that live. I was like, ooh.
Control Alt Delete, crew B, you got me.
You sure? Nah, they really walked up to me. They said, "Right, you can ref, right?" I'm like, "What?"
Man, bro, I'm constantly checking on the cameraman. I gotta check, you know what I mean?
Yo,
Like I gotta
yeah.
really check for the cameraman. I don't need to be checking on the timekeepers, you know? Cameraman, you straight? Can you keep up with us? Cause you know, you gotta move with
You
us,
gotta
bro.
dance. It's a dance. We got a
Man.
good question for Hitman over here.
Yeah, Key
what
Kyle,
do you
question
say?
for Hitman.
Besides Afro, who would I
Good
out of
question.
any yard? Oh, let me think. I'm not gonna lie. Am I crazy? I don't know a single person in my weight class in the scrapyard. I don't even see my
like
I've never
like
seen a
one
200-pound boxing match in the scrapyard.
like Terrifier's too heavy. Viking's
Mhm.
about 180. A lot of our 200 pounds do more kickboxing or MMA. I'm trying to think of the boxing.
It'd be
El
Viking.
Guanacos. No, because
I
he's
guess fuck. Or another rest in peace, Jay
Guanaco.
Jay Gotti would have been nuts.
Yo, that would have been a
Guanaco or what's your boy? Is it Hollywood? Holly.
Hollywood.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Buddy.
No, I don't think because Hollywood I think is a little lighter than that. He's like 170.
No, the
I be
light
thinking of
skinned
someone
dude. We
different.
had him on the show before. Holly something.
Oh,
He
Hollywood.
just
I don't know. You know what I thought would have been a cool one, to be honest, from before? Somebody had told me and I think y'all got Golden Arms. I said that would have been a crazy one.
yeah, because y'all got
coming back
similar
soon.
boxing style. Yup.
Yeah, we both just be swinging.
Y'all got the same hooks, to be honest.
Yeah. That
Same
would be a fun
angle.
one. I think I got him on gas tank right now. Oh, he said Duva. They trying to stick me with all the tall killers.
Yeah, we could pass on Duva. We pass on Duva. But I was thinking Hitman versus Hitman Hamilton. That's what I was thinking.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Me and him was joking about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I said the loser gotta get rid of the Hitman on their name.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying that would have been fire.
Cool now. I don't know. Oh, you know what he was trying to do?
Tank.
We had joked about that. Then he said we should 2v2 as like a team Hitman. I think that's what he said.
Yo, that'd be fire.
Team Hitman would be tough.
That would be fire.
Somebody said me versus 619. Me and that nigga talk pretty frequently, actually. Every week we just be talking shit. I like 619.
Bro, 619.
Yeah, I guess that would be fun too.
He just had 2 fights this past weekend, man, and yeah, man, fire.
So different.
Man, first I do the interview.
Yeah, man.
Injury sucks.
So Hitman be, he posts things and says things as if he may come back. So, I think he just has to get cleared. He may be going to another doc. I don't know what the situation is, but there is a percentage chance that Hitman may be back on the West Coast. And we definitely want him back if that's the case, for sure, because Hitman has threw some bombs, man. Some bombs. Ryu, is there anyone else on the West Coast that you have your eyes set on after your fight with Young and Lavish recently?
Nobody really on the West as of yet. I know for Scrapyard, I definitely wanted to try to fight Brickhouse.
Brickhouse and you.
That was a good one.
That'd be it.
I remember one time Solo said something said something one time. Like, it'd be a fun fight, like just like a fun, like 3-round, just have some fun with him.
Yeah.
Just because he's one of those guys that's like he's just gonna keep coming. He's just gonna keep coming with another person with the iron head, and I'm just like it'd be a fun fight, like no stakes, just like a nice fun 3-rounder, it's entertaining.
Solo's all about having a good time. That'd be a fun fight, and that he always gets those good views too every time, man.
Yeah.
Like I can just imagine, like I kick him something, he just goes, yeah. I'm just be like, damn, bro, that's crazy.
Dude, yeah, entertaining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I think he blocked a head kick one time with his head.
I feel like Solo is gonna attack someone with the word "yeah," like someone's gonna get like knocked down from him saying "yeah."
Just the force.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm telling you.
He's such a funny guy. Like Solo's such a funny dude.
Bro, I love him, man, and intense.
He'd be walking right up to people with his hands all the way by his hips. I'd be like, bro, what are you doing?
Yo,
Bruh.
Different.
He came up to me on my fight when I was getting ready for my scrapyard fight. He came up to me and right here, bruh. But it was all love. It was all love, but it was also like murder energy. You know what I mean? It was love. Like I was receiving love from him, but he was also like giving me like murder energy at the same time. It was very empowering. Very empowering. Shout out Solo.
Shout out Solo.
Solo like he got a barn with a very secure lock on it.
Man.
He's a guy that just goes out and has a good time, and I respect that
Yeah,
and I love that. Like
yeah,
he
yeah.
steps in, he just has fun.
Hell
Did,
yeah, he fucking plays some guitar. He's done some shows at bars and shit too. I'm like, shit,
oh
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, this man's living
Talented
a whole different
musician,
kind of
man.
life. Damn, that's cool as shit.
And the crazy part is, I remember when he was a World Star, people were like, "Oh, he's drunk, he's this," and he's like, "No, I haven't had a drink in this many years." And I was like, "What? Oh shit, okay, respect." He's like
It's,
full sober, everything. I was like, "Okay, hell yeah, I can dig. He got more willpower than me because I got me smoking my Chiefy Chiba." Ooh.
it's the power of yeah.
Man,
That dude's
for
hilarious.
real, for
Okay,
real.
real quick, I was gonna ask you guys. Oh, it's getting late. All right, so this will be my last question. Because the other week we had Soul on the show, and he was like the king of getting hit in the nuts. And almost every fight he's been like hit in the nuts. And his last one was crazy bad. And I'll describe. He like threw a kick up, held it for 2 seconds, and while he held the kick, the guy was like, "Bam!" Like straight, like bullseye. Have either of you ever been hit? You know, I know it's not as common for boxing in the nuts. You know, whether in a fight or sparring, training, anything at all.
Yeah, it happens to like, okay. No funny, but it happens to me so often because I teach kids. Kids are fucking short. It happens to me so often that like it doesn't always register with me at points. I'm just kind of like, oh, again. Like I've been kicked in the ball so many times by kids. It's very common in like to taekwondo style tournaments because a lot of like side kick action, people's legs like to go underneath and kick you. So it's like it's a lot more common for us, and I'm just kind of like, again, again, get that front kick higher, Johnny. Come on, like it's just such a common practice. I'm just like,
Nah, I never got hit in the
Fair
dick.
enough. Like,
me over
no,
here,
okay,
yeah, like Hitman, nah.
yeah.
He's like, nah, not me.
Lucky.
Facts.
hmm
It
I've been
only
hitting
hurts
the
like the
liver.
first 20
I ain't gonna
times.
lie to you. I eat liver shots, bro. That's one thing I can say. I've seen a lot of people tap on some shit that shit'll hit me, and I'll be like, but like I've never taken a knee during a round ever from a body shot.
Yeah, cups are required.
I'll say that, but yeah, no nut shots for me yet.
Uh-uh.
Fair
No,
enough.
who
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, man, pray for me.
pray for?
I'm trying to keep everything situated.
I don't think I've been hitting the balls in street beefs. I don't think I got kicked in the balls in street beefs though. Not
Yeah.
that I can remember.
I mean, yeah, that's since I was a kid. That's
I
nothing
ain't
in
never
actual
nothing.
fighting. Thank goodness. I've been
Yeah,
crazy
thank
shit's
goodness.
happened in fights, but never been hit in the nuts in a fight.
Real quick, Ryu, if you could, just touch on what you're doing as far as your work with the community and the youth, because I think that's something that doesn't get the spotlight. You know, a lot of times we focus on the knockouts, the violent, you know, the aggression, but there's another part of this. So can you talk about that real quick?
Oh yeah, not a problem. I teach martial arts for a living, so I'm very well connected within the community. I teach kids of all ages, from the little 4 and 5 year olds to like teenagers, adults. I have a group of teenagers now that I've helped build, that I've trained since they were kids. That now I take them to go out. We compete at tournaments. I got them like experiencing, the sport competitive world side of martial arts. I have them trying to reach goals and like seeing them win championships and chase their dreams and just overall building that community where they bond. That's where the Havoc Nation comes from. Like that's our team. It's about 15, 20 of us, and it's just a way for them to go out and pursue this if they so choose to. Some of them are just hobbyists. Some of them just like that competition feel. For some, it's an entryway into who wants to eventually do like kickboxing, Muay Thai kind of stuff. So, just big and just letting them, have a path in life that's, not the streets, not drugs, not all that craziness. Is you can make something out of yourself by like just doing martial arts, by sticking to this kind of lifestyle. Like I pride myself on just, living a nice relaxed lifestyle minus the crazy street fighting we do, but other than that, I just think that martial arts can be used to better your life, and it could be used for more than just punching and kicking. Oh, I think that came out good.
I shedded a tear, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, like these kids. I mean, like before, honestly, like the kids are why I started doing this in the first place. Like when I started teaching, I'm like, damn, like some kids kind of came and said, hey, like I want to start competing. Do you have any advice? And I'm like, I mean, damn, like not really. I've done a couple of tournaments. I gotta do some more of this stuff to really get a good idea of what I can tell them, what I can teach them, and that's what led to me going to StreetBeefs and seeing if what we teach is actually effective to be used in like sport combat or more combat oriented situations outside of self defense. And that's how Ryu Sennin was born, for the children.
No, that's tough, bro. That's tough. Gotta do it for the kids, man.
For kids.
Yeah.
It's awesome, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I know I would have to end up being the bearer of bad news. We're gonna have to wrap this up in a second. I was gonna ask real quick for the Hitman Hamilton. When was the date for your fight, so I can make sure I keep tuned in?
So it's this Saturday, bro. It's April 6th.
This Saturday.
Let's go.
The wait is pretty much over, man. It's 4 days. It should be 3 days in about an hour. So I'm just ready to rock.
Felt that.
Let's go.
And I saw homie in the comments said if you're eating liver shots, you're not getting hit in the liver. Now, my boy, trust me, I know. I got hit. I got some work in this Philly gym. Homie got me right at the end in that last round. I felt everything. Everything was turning off, but I just like fought through the wiggles. Finished out that last 45 seconds, dapped him up on the way back to my corner. I sprayed the mat. So trust me, you can hold it off. It's gonna happen regardless. You can hold it off for a little bit.
Fun fact: when I was getting ready for Street Bender, when I fought him at the Invasion of Boxing, I trained with OG Street Beef legends Fair Play and Mammoth. I was sparring with Mammoth and Fair Play, bro. Messing with Fair Play and Boxing is just crazy. I think of it, bro. I'm not even about to bother responding to this guy. I'm gonna just let that one rock. Bro,
Terrifier.
I'm not even about to pull out the receipts. I don't got time for this guy. But anyway, Fair Play caught me clean. Mammoth caught me clean in the body. I'm just like, yo, this is what a liver shot feel like. Like you can't breathe. This feels terrible. Yeah, and like you said, you could power through the round, but afterwards you just be like, fuck, man. Like you can make it to the end if it's like 30, 40 seconds, you can power through it. If it happened in the beginning of the round,
that happens in the first 10 seconds, you out of luck. But
you just fucked.
You're kind of beat, but
bro, this man Luther.
Luther Jean.
Bro, good luck on your BKFC shit. That's it's a ballsy affair right there. You know what I mean? That's definitely a ballsy affair, but I wish you the best. Stormcast, you doing lots of shit too, bro. I don't know. What's your main thing? You a kickboxer? You MMA?
Man, I just like weapons that come from the body, bro. I like weapons that come from the body. You know what I mean? I'm a decent boxer, huh?
Somke dangerous out here, man. He beat my ass. He dangerous.
Stop.
Dangerous.
I do have a great boxing base, but I love Muay Thai. I have more weapons, more things I can do, but truly MMA, MMA is where, everything's on the table. And stop, Ryan, please stop.
What?
But yeah, man, I dabble with Jeet Kune Do, you know what I mean? So a lot of my concepts and philosophy comes from that, as well as when you're tall but lightweight, you got to be able to be effective and generate force. So, I know that, I'm thinking about that not in a competitive sense. I'm thinking that in real life, niggas gonna think I'm, 200 or something, and I'm not, but I can generate
at that right point of contact.
Yeah, I know torque, I know physics, so yeah, bro. But we keep it cool.
Yeah.
But shit, man, I'm talking too much. If y'all want to give out any shout outs, any plug-ins, now's the time.
little bit of everything.
All right.
Just easy shit, man. Shout out y'all. Shout out Street Beef West Coast. Shout out Street Beefs OG yard, Scrap Yard, all the different yards. Shit. Shout out Rumble Boxing. Come check me out. Come take a class. Pull up when Ryu pulls up. You know what I'm saying? Get you some celebrity love. And then what else, man? Shout out Aces Boxing. They're helping me transition from a backyard fighter to a real boxer. So shout out to them too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and shout out my crew. Shit. Hold up.
Wait, go back.
You see that? See that?
Yeah.
So they're making a little doc on your boy, and they've been following me around from place to place. And this championship is the final piece of the puzzle, man. So
I love that. That's cool as fuck.
let's get it.
Yo, see, you guys are all talk yo shit. Both of y'all got man.
So that's fucking cool.
It's surreal, to be honest, very surreal. But I'm loving every step of this shit. So appreciate y'all for the platform.
Absolutely, brother.
Ryu, you tell people where to find you at?
Oh shit, I don't forget something. Again, shout out Street Beefs, all the branches for like giving us this platform, making what we do possible. Shout out MMA Underground, Yankee and the Brick. Gotta shout y'all for having us. Shout out Heart in the Fight, by the way. Heart in the Fight always showing love to us. Shout out Union UT Martial Arts where I train. Shout out Team Havoc Nation. You guys can find me on Instagram, Ryu_Sennin TKD. YouTube, Ryu Sennin TKD. And shout out my sponsors, YoCal. They all my gloves, shin guards. They make some of the best. Promo code Ryu Sennin TKD, 10% off all orders. And honestly, man, just shout out to the fans that watch us and keep this stuff going, man. Like, shout out to y'all, love y'all, the community as a whole. And yeah, man, shout out Rachel.
Yeah, I thought that shit was savage. Right at the end of the fight, too, he said that shit. I was like, yo, my man just stirring the pot. I love it.
Bruh, diabolical. Oh, man. Hey, well, we appreciate y'all. It was a great conversation as always. Master Ryu, again, thank you for the round. The rounds. I highly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hitman, you ever come back? I need a round.
Back soon. I was supposed to pull up actually not too long ago, but it was like 5 days from this fight, so I was like, it's too close.
Yeah. Priorities.
Nah, priorities
for sure. I'm gonna be back. You already know I'm coming back.
Listen, bro, I started it so the Hitman could finish it.
Yo, shit. Jersey taking over. It's gonna be him. Hippie Disciple got a belt. Then me too. Coming up next, man. All the Jersey boys about to have belts. Jersey's top 5 boxing in the country. Don't forget that. Amateur system. Look,
let them know.
That's real shit. I've been learning that the hard way at the gym. So
yeah.
So.
Well, thank you, man.
Rock.
Both have a wonderful night. Both y'all. Thanks.
Woo. Peace
out, cool.
Man, good to see y'all.
Damn. Straight fire show. Just
as always, man. As always, man. Great conversations, great guests. You know, this is what we do, man.
We do. And you guys know we're not done yet, so you know not to go anywhere yet. Keep that video on.
It's funny, yeah. Like I wouldn't even say we're influenced by 90s music as much as I would just say we're influenced by good music. You know, I think we're very genre diverse. You know, like we're not really fixated on one particular era or genre of music. I think we just kind of and you know, it shows in our music too that we kind of take the elements of whatever that we do enjoy and try to put it together some way or another. And I think that's true for all of our music.
Musically, would you call yourself polyamorous?
Polyamorous. I like that.
Oh, that's unique. I haven't heard that one.
We're gonna start using that, Jay, on all our files and stuff like that.
If I was y'all, not trying to be funny, I would probably make that the name of a song or an album.
That's good. I like that. It's kind of like a
cool idea. Album and every song is a different genre.
I'm putting that in our bio right now.
I have my moment. What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KP YNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Welcome back. You know, as always, we start at the scrap yard. Now, the first person I have to start with is clinician. Now, the reason why I picked him is because his opponent, Icewater, had made the list before. The fight was a phenomenal fight, and it was close. And I almost gave it to the clinician initially. Come to find out, the fight was actually brought to a draw. So he earned a win, not a loss. So both men ended up a win on their record. Because of that, I need to bring his name to attention because he came off, he lost his first two, got that, and that's why I was so biased when I was picking the fighter to watch when I had watched that fight specifically because I knew that he had it in him to be greater. And now that he got that win, I'm like, yeah, he deserved it. Now let's see you come back and get a decision, like a full-on win or knock an opponent out. Because I know he's got the skill. Second one, El Gato from StreetBeefs West Coast. I was watching this fight and I was like, all right, a little bit of an older gentleman, cool. Let's see it go on. Let's see it. And man, I started seeing the way his head movement was like, whoa, okay, he knows what he's doing. And then as you see the rounds go on, you see him. He has a certain pace. He knows what he's doing. And I'm actually very impressed as he's fighting. I'm like, whoa, okay, let me see a little bit more. And at the end of the fight, I was just like, wait, this is his first fight? Shit, okay. So obviously he's got to be put on a fighter to watch. And third, from the OG himself. Now, Mapuche, El Mapuche. El Mapache had made the list before. He's been there. He's been a fighter. We've seen his fights. This guy's a straight savage. But his most recent fight, he was doing some boxing, and he said he's like, "Oh, I don't do grappling anymore. You're not going to see El Mapache grapples, but I don't know him. I don't know that. I'm El Mapuche, El Mapuche." And I'd be cracking up, you know, I'm Mexican, calling some fears and poochies and stuff too. So I was like, man, let me bring El Mapuche out here. So when you see the name, you know you got to watch the fight because you know it's already going to be a certified banger. So I just had to bring that to attention. He changed his name, so let's give it to him. Yeah. Those are my three fighters to watch.
Nice. Well, what does that mean in Spanish?
Poochie?
Yeah,
Like
Mapuche.
I don't know what Mapuche means. I think he just switched it, but I always say Poochie like a foot, like a whole foot. Like, oh, let me see your poochies. Oh, you got stinky poochies. Oh, you know, but more so for like kids and stuff.
Well, what does Mapache mean?
El Mapache. I don't know. It's like a type of warrior, I believe.
Okay, okay.
No, I speak Spanglish. Sorry, I'm Chicano. I'm not. I'm not 100% fluent.
All good, all good. We all learning. We all learning. But shit, man, that was fire.
Fire.
Yeah, Sound K and the Fire 5. All right, let's start things off in the OG yard, StreetBeefs OG yard. We have a fight between Drewski and Flat Rock. This is a boxing match. This is a very technical bout. Both these men showing off their boxing skills, very solid with the sportsmanship. This was a match between power versus technique. And we got a lot of back and forth. So much so, we got a sudden death round. This is a great fight right here. Comment who you thought won in the comment section. StreetBeefs OG yard, Drewski versus Flat Rock. Yeah, this is instant classic. We're in StreetBeef Scrapyard. If you're trying to look this fight up, you see the title on the screen. This is Solo versus the Comedian. What more can I say? Both of these guys are two big names, two big characters from the Scrapyard. This is kickboxing, and this is the most entertaining fight of the year, hands down. Most entertaining fight of the year. As you know, Solo, he's that guy, and comedian coming out and showing new levels of aggression. This was live action anime. We got battle cries and grunts. We got haymakers and helicopter kicks. I mean, this was just a great, phenomenal firefight. Street Beef Scrapyard, Solo versus the comedian. All right. We are in Street Beef's West Coast. Mono versus Bang. Another firefight. You see the timestamp, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. These men didn't waste any time. They got straight to it. This was a fire MMA match. We got heavy power shots, chopping kicks, and we got a little bit of grappling, and that led to a quick finish. Definitely want to see both of these guys come back to the yard. Street Beefs West Coast, Mono versus Bang, firefight. Taking you back to Street Beef's OG yard. This is a fight, MMA match. This is Hercules versus Chilolo Loco. Savage MMA fight right here. I mean, these guys start off in a savage way, and for the entire fight, we got a lot of action. Heavy hooks from both men. Both these guys landed some heavy shots, and some serious pain being inflicted. Grappling, we saw in full effect. But as always, every episode we say cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. Street Beef's OG yard, Hercules versus Chilolo Loco, firefight. And we're going to end things off at Street Beef Scrapyard. This is a classic right here. La Araña versus Fool. Boxing match. This is just clean technical boxing all the way through. Both of these guys having their own styles. But we got everything you want to see in a fire match. Slips, counters, combos, pressure, volume, consistency. And this is one of those matches where it's youth versus experience. And it's another one of those matches where, hey, comment who you thought won. Firefight right here. La Araña versus Fool, Street Beef Scrapyard, Samke and the Fire 5.
Straight fire. Fire. That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. As always.
But see, that's why you guys love. I love that you people tune into the segments. I know because I've seen comments over here and there where people talked about it too, and some people repost some of that stuff too. So yeah.
It's true. That's true, man. That's true.
And,
shoot, man. What you thought about tonight's show, man?
Oh, straight fire! No, that was fun. I just talked about everything. I don't even think a single thought was coming through. Everything was just, I was having a good time.
For sure, man. For sure. 2 OG yard fighters, man. You know what I mean? Samke and Buddy V, it's bound to be a party. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and the best part is they both came with their own accolades and such high respects and everything that they're doing. I mean, I feel like they both complimented each other with everything that they're doing. I mean,
yeah.
Great things. It's like, whoo, man.
For sure.
What do you say, though, man? It's almost about that time?
It's about that time, man. About that time. Yeah, man, I want to go ahead and just give a quick shout out to our guest tonight, Hitman Hamilton. We appreciate you, bro. Ryu Sennin, we appreciate you, bro. For everyone out there watching, go check out these guys' fights. These are 2 OG yard fighters. They've been around to other yards as well. Hitman Hamilton, Ryu Sennin, 2 great guys, 2 great fighters. Shout out to everyone watching us right now live, everyone watching us on playback. We appreciate you all. Those in the comment section, we appreciate you all. Shout out to Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrap Yard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We do this for you all. Yeah, man. Special shout out to Heart in the Fight. Special shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. And can't forget about Zwell. Can't forget about Zwell and zwellworld.com. Shout out Buddy V, greatest co-host in the world. Shout out Jay, greatest producer in the background. We appreciate you. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. Y'all can catch me same time, same place, same channel next week.
Yeah, that just made my whole night. Yeah, shout out to wellworld.com. As you see it, you can get the limited edition merch. Some will be on there, like the Hard Work Determination. That red you can find on there too. The other ones, the spring releases, are for spring only. Once it's done, it's gone. Zwell. I mean, come on, look how awesome he makes that shit look. Zwell-world.com. And Zwell_Buddy V if you want to go to Instagram, see all the fun things I post, and you get to see insights of behind the scenes and kind of my journey too. I have a good time. I don't, don't worry, no negativity. Don't worry. Unless somebody comes with that bullshit, then I'll call them out and be like, "Catch me at a scrapyard." No, I'm just playing because I don't got a single hater that can kick my ass. So actually, I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. You know who you are. I'm gonna clip this and put on my Insta. Anyway. Thank you all very much, Samke, Jay. Man, it's a blast every Tuesday. Like you said, Ryu Sennin, Hitman Hamilton, they were killer guests tonight. Thank you guys. I didn't even want to get off the laptop, but can't stay all night. Other than that, thank you guys very much. And in Jay's famous words, like we always end the show, one world, one love, deuces.